All right, guys. So our team generated 151 appointments in the month of November. I was just looking at our numbers, and I put this out there on social media, and I've gotten several agents to respond, just wanting to know, like, hey, how are you guys generating that many appointments? For your team, for your partners, for your agents. Because what we do know is that if you want to grow your business, in the year to come and so on, you need to have your schedule every single week jam packed with new appointments, new buyers and sellers that you're meeting with, people who are looking to see homes, people who want to know, what the process is to sell their home, people who want to get a consultation, and so on and so forth. So your schedule needs to be packed with opportunity. And so what we've done is we've built an inbound marketing system on our team that we've been running for years, and it just continues to build, and we keep tweaking and refining it to get it better. And what this does is creates consistent opportunity for anybody who partners with us, right? Now, in addition to that, our agents, and our partners are also going out there and generating their own opportunities as well, right? Through their friends, their family, through their own social media channels. But these opportunities that I'm talking about are strictly what our team and our organization generates that we then go out and give to our agents to capitalize and take advantage of. And so I want to break that down for you, so you guys, if you're looking to grow your business in the next year, and you want to maybe implement some of these systems into your business, I'll break that down for you. Or if you are maybe interested in partnering with us or seeing what that would look like, this is a great place to start, so you can learn a little bit more about how it works and then go from there. At the end of the day, what I want you to do is I want you to get educated and take some nuggets from this video so that you can go out and apply it and grow your business at the end of the day. So I'm going to break down like where these 151 appointments came from. If I'm looking at my lead sources, I'm in my CRM right now, just browsing over here. We're partners with Zillow Flex. So Zillow picked our team. There's only about 5 or 6 teams here in the South Bay area where Zillow has this partnership where they refer us clients every single month. So they give us these referrals, people who go on Zillow and are shopping for homes. They're clicking, hey, I want to tour this property. Zillow asks them a bunch of questions like, hey, are you working with an agent right now? What's your timeline? And they gather information before they get that lead to us. But 9 times out of 10, when that lead comes to us, it's someone who's motivated to buy a home in the next 3 to 6 months, and someone who is typically not working with another agent already. So that lead comes in, it goes to our team members through an incoming call. They answer that call, and that person wants to go see a home today or tomorrow, right? So it's like those are hot opportunities. And what we got to train our agents on is how to take those calls, the scripting and all that good stuff, and then how to go out there and give the client a really good experience so that that client then wants to work with our partner or our agent on our team. And so in the last 2.5 years or so, we've closed over 200 million in sales just from that pillar, that one Zillow Flex pillar. Now, something that we recently got added on to our platform is Zillow saw how good we were doing, and they opened up another side of this business here where they're now giving us listing appointments, sellers who want to sell. So sellers will go on Zillow, and there's a section that says, hey, do you want to see what an offer looks like on your home, a cash offer or a home evaluation? If they click on that, it makes them go through all these different steps, fill out a bunch of information about their property, about their timeline, and then it gives them a couple options at the end. Hey, do you want to explore a cash offer? Or hey, do you want to talk to an agent about selling your home? And so we're now getting those leads coming in that just started this month, actually, and will be another pillar that we add to our business in 2025. And so that's going to create a consistent flow of opportunities where our agents go out there and meet with a seller who's looking to learn what it takes to sell their home in the Silicon Valley. They may be ready, now, they may be ready down the line, but it's an opportunity that our agents can go build off of. And so that's another opportunity. So like just the Zillow Flex partnership, for example, we got over, I think 52 leads in the month of November, 52 connections. These are live connections on the phone. The Zillow seller stuff is just starting in December, so I don't have those numbers yet. We probably got, actually it's a little closer to 60 of those Zillow Flex ones that we got in the month of November. So when those come in, those are like an appointment that's being set right off the bat to go tour a home. And then if they like the home, then we try to help the client write an offer, or if they want to go look at more homes, we go show them more homes, or if it makes sense to set up a consultation or connect them with the lender, then we go from there. Okay, the next part of it is going to be we have another channel that we're doing where we actually have an international team of prospectors. These are people who are we've targeted certain neighborhoods, certain types of homeowners and stuff like that, and we are farming basically through calling, right? Farming certain neighborhoods and seeing if people are wanting to sell their home, if they're interested in exploring an offer on their home or getting a home evaluation or even getting a cash offer, because we do work with investors and stuff like that. And so we have a team of callers who's making calls 40 hours a week, and they're generating what we call hand raisers, right? It's someone who said, yeah, I want to know what my home could sell for. I want to know, what a cash offer would look like or what an offer, from a retail buyer would look like. And then that now gets connected to one of our agents on our team, and then they start that relationship. Are all of those going to be looking to sell? Of course not. But is there a percentage of them who are going to want to transact? Is there a percentage of them who might be a future business down the line? Are there some people who are going to be ready to make something happen now? Absolutely. And it's a numbers game. You start building that pipeline and that database. And so we've generated about 45 of those in the month of November, and which turn into appointments. We also market, online on social media. We drive traffic back to our website. And so people go in and they inquire on our website about buying or selling. We've probably generated another 20 of those or so for our team members. We have a few listings that are out right now. We have signs in front of the listings. So we have marketing that comes in from that. And so we got another handful of inbound calls from those signs that then get distributed to our agents. Our agents are also doing open houses. So we have like technology and different tools to lead capture at the open houses. And then so when they go out there, they have this really cool tool that we offer where the client can scan and register. When they register, it now puts that lead into our CRM, and our CRM now starts communicating with that client by sending them emails, text messages, drip campaigns, properties that are similar, and it creates that engagement. And then we, follow up and convert that to an appointment. And so those are just to give you a few examples of where the leads are coming from. In total, on just the inbound portion, leads that actually hit our CRM, there was 156 new leads that went into our CRM from our different marketing channels in the month of November. And that generated a certain amount of appointments for our agents, right? Now, another cool thing is that because we've been running these different, channels and these different platforms for many, many years now, we've built up a database, right, of people who have inquired online, who have visited our website, who have visited an open house, right? Just however they entered our system through those channels that I told you, they now live in our database. So we have what's called a fishing pond in our database. And we have right now, let me pull this up. We have about, I think I looked at the number, just under 24,000 contacts in our database. And so some of you might watch and wow, that's a lot of contacts, right? How are you supposed to engage with all of those and stuff like that? Well, we have different marketing things that are going to those contacts in our database. If they're a buyer, they're getting, emails and text messages. We have AI that follows up with them. We have property alerts that are being sent to them based off where they inquired on, and we get to see when they clicked on a property, or we get to see when they, favorited a property, and that prompts different messages to go out via text, via email, and that prompts our agent to now be able to follow up as well. So these 24,000 leads or contacts or so that we have in our fishing pond, these are open to all of our agents to go in there and prospect and call. But more importantly is we have all these things running that are engaging these contacts. If it's a seller, they're getting a seller email several times a month where it's showing them their home value, market updates. There's a bunch of calls to action if they want to see, get more specific information. And so our system is alerting us when there's some engagement happening, and that prompts our team to follow up and see if there's a need right now. Sometimes, they're just curious. Sometimes they are interested in buying or selling right now. But what we've basically created is we've created this whole machine that just runs, right? New leads come in every single month through our sources. If they're ready to transact right now, we're obviously booking those appointments. If they're more of a nurture, it now goes to our pond and our system starts nurturing it. As they engage, they raise their hand, our team follows up and the system follows up, and then we book appointments from there. And it's just this cycle that we've created where leads are coming in and they're being nurtured. And that's how we were able to book 151 appointments in the month of November for our team, for them to go out there and try to win that opportunity and try to convert that to business. Now, here's the thing that you got to realize, right? Like if you want to grow your business, like I said earlier, is you got to have some sort of pillars, running that are creating consistent opportunity for you. I met with an agent recently, and they closed a certain amount of transactions, this year, and their main source was just doing open houses, right? They did open houses and they did okay. They did pretty well, actually. I think it was like 10 to 12 deals in the year just from doing open houses. And I said, well, what's your goal in 2025? And they said, hey, well, I want to double that. I want to get to 20 or 25 transactions in 2025. And I said, okay, how often are you doing open houses? Well, almost every single weekend. I go, so where are you going to get more business from if you're doing open houses every single weekend, and that got you X amount of transactions, right? You have to start adding other pillars. It's not like you can do more open houses. There's only so many days in the week. I guess if you wanted to work open houses every single day, you can, but that may not be efficient, depending on the property. Can you find that many open house opportunities? There's all kinds of variables that take place. The other thing is, well, what happens if you can't make it to an open house that weekend, or you're out of town, or you're traveling, right? Or you're sick or whatever, and you can't host the open house. And basically what we've come to realize is that for that particular pillar, although it's a great pillar, and I encourage them to continue to do open houses, it's a really low leverage pillar, meaning there's no leverage built in where it requires the agent to be involved, to do all the tasks there to generate leads. Like you physically have to go there, sit down, work an open house, prepare, hopefully people show up. You got to advertise the open house. You got to get them to sign in. And then you got to hope that they don't have an agent and that you hope that you can convert them, right? And so it's a great pillar to have. And I definitely think this agent should still have that pillar. But I said, hey, if you want to go from 10 to 20 deals in the next year, we need to add other pillars of marketing in your business that don't strictly depend on you having to do the work. And a great solution was to let them tap into what we've built here, which is this machine that creates consistent opportunity, right? Now, am I saying like stop doing what you're doing and just only start working on like these team generated opportunities? Absolutely not. But I think you should have a balance, right? You should have 2 or 3 pillars that you're working. In this particular case, what I advise is like, hey, work open houses still, but then also take some of these opportunities that are just being fed to you by, partnering with us. And that's going to create X amount of deals per year. And then those deals that you close, you now have a really, satisfied client if you did a great job. Now that client becomes part of your database. And then your database is what you should be nurturing, right? Your past clients, your sphere of influence, all these new clients that you're closing. Now, they become raving fans of yours. That's what we teach our agents, to do a great job, make them raving fans. And now you continue to market to those people. So now instead of just going to one pillar, where it's just open houses, we're now going to have 3 pillars set up where you got open houses, you got these incoming team opportunities, and then the whole point of all of this is to get those clients, make them happy clients, and put them into your database. And then we market to our database through emails, through video, through social media, through client events that we do throughout the year, which our team, hosts and provides. And now you have these clients who, like you and trust you. And then now you continue to stay in front of them through all these other things we're doing. So that's how you can take an agent from doing, 10 deals where like they feel like they're hustling, they're working really, really hard. But then time becomes the factor because their lead generation pillar, open houses in this case, it's really, really low leverage, right? So we got to add some leverage to the business. The other ways, outside of lead generation that we add leverage to the business, which allows more transactions to happen, is to start taking a lot of the administrative work off the agent's plate. So what we've built here, in our organization is we have a whole staff behind the scenes where there's listing coordinators, there's contract to close coordinators, slash assistants. There's transaction coordinators. There's marketing coordinators. I asked this other agent, hey, if you get a listing, who's coordinating, the staging, the photos, and all that stuff? And they said, well, I'm doing all that. And I said, okay, well, how much time does that take? She's like, yeah, it takes a lot of time, right? Because I got to go out there, I got to meet them, I got to do all these things. I said, well, what if we took that off your plate? What if there was someone dedicated to handle all of those things and do it at a high level, right? Where you're not spread so thin. What would you be able to do with that time that you free up, right? They said, well, I could probably go out there and try to find more business. Bingo, right? Like exactly, that's what we're trying to do. So we create leverage by building in this whole admin team that we run and we manage, but our agents get to benefit from them. And it takes a bunch of stuff off their plate. So now they can go focus on the highest dollar producing activity, which is going to be the lead generation, right? The going on appointments, meeting with clients, showing homes, going on listing appointments, negotiating contracts, writing offers, and closing deals, right? And that's how we can allow our agents to do more of the sales stuff up front and take a lot of the back end stuff off their plate. And that's how we have agents, right? Like who go from 10 to 20 deals a year, or who go from 5 to 10 deals a year. I had an agent, one year with us in their first year of business that just fully bought into the system, did 32 deals in 1 year, right? And so we have agents at all different levels. Some are brand new, some are experienced, right? And some of them say, okay, well, in the beginning, maybe I'm brand new, so I don't have a big database. I don't have a lot of leads. Maybe I don't even have money to spend on marketing myself. I'm going to probably focus mainly on what the team is offering, and they'll take advantage of these leads. They'll start to close deals. They'll gain the experience. They'll get happy clients. They'll get 5-star reviews, and they'll do that to build their database, right? And then what happens is come number two or year number 3, now those clients that they helped originally now know, like, and trust the agent, and now they're starting to send referrals. Hey, my friend wants to buy a house. Hey, you did a good job for us. I want to introduce you to my coworker or my cousin or my aunt. Or even like if it's long enough, like I've had it, 4 or 5 years later, hey, the house you helped us buy, this condo, we want to sell it and we want to buy a single family home now. And so it creates this cycle, right, where, as our agents mature in their business, there will be a point in time, if they play their cards right, where more of their business will start to come from agent generated stuff. And then they'll use the team stuff to more supplement their business, right? And so that's what it is, guys. It's just learning, just thinking like a business owner, understanding that in order to close a lot of business, and grow your business every year, you need leverage in your business, and leverage comes through systems and processes. You got to have lead generation in place. It can't just only rely on you, or else you'll be limited to how far you can grow. You need admin support to take stuff off of your plate. Some people can't afford an assistant, right? Because maybe they don't have the money, or they don't want to risk paying someone a salary, right? If if they're on commission, we take that off their plate, right? So by you having systems in place, lead generation in place, admin support in place, coaching and accountability to make sure you're on track and you're following the system, that's really creates the recipe for success and for continuing to grow your business and grow your business. And then as you mature in your business, there'll be certain sticking points that you hit, right? Like to go from 10 to 20 deals, or let me backtrack, to go from 0 deals to your first 5 deals, there's, certain problems you deal with. To go from 5 to 10, there's certain problems you deal with. To go from 10 to 20, now you're thinking a little bit different. To go from 20 to 40, right? Maybe you start building, a little bit of a mini team, right? There's other things that can happen. And if you want to reach, 50, 100 transactions a year, you just start to scale this thing, and you start to see, like, who do I need to have in place? What systems do I need to have in place? What processes do I need to have in place? What type of people do I need to have in place to, take on some of the workload, so that I can stay in my lane and do more of the dollar producing activities and less worrying about all the other stuff that is necessary in business, but that you can outsource, right? Or leverage out to the team, or whatever that might be. So that's what I got for you guys. If you made it this far through the video, that means you are serious about growing your business in the coming year. You are serious about implementing systems. You are thinking like a business owner, which is what I recommend, right? You're not just a real estate salesperson. You're a real estate business owner is what we preach to our team. And so you got to start thinking of this like a business where there's systems and processes that allow you to scale. And so if you made it this far, that tells me you're serious. The next step from here, guys, is there's two options right now, right? You either take this information and you say, hey, how can I start looking at my business and start implementing some of this stuff, right? Maybe I have resources, maybe I have things in place, but I wasn't seeing it this way. How can I start building this stuff, right? Myself. And that's, you can definitely do that, right? Like go build it yourself. There may be more guesswork. It may take longer to do that, but you certainly can build it yourself. Is it easy? By no means is it easy, right? I've been doing this for 20 years now, and we've refined our systems and processes many, many times over. Or the other option, right, is you're like, hey, Enrique, I love this, and I think I can benefit if I had all this stuff in place. It would take the guesswork out, and I know I can get to where I want to get to a lot faster if I plug into a machine that's already running and working, right? That's the other option. And that's what I extend to you. If you're like, hey, I want to know more about this, how does it work? What's the comp plan? How much do you pay me? All these different things. Like those are great questions to ask. And those are things where we can set up, a casual conversation, whether we meet in person or whether you just jump on a Zoom call with me or we even jump on a phone call, right? Like I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm here to just show people and educate them and show them like what's possible. And if it's a good fit and like we can talk about what a partnership looks like, or if you have things in place and you just want advice and coaching, like I'll also help you there. I'll say like, hey, here's what you can already do on your own. Like this is what I would recommend. Like go make that happen on your own. If you can't figure it out, then we could talk about partnering, right? So the way to get in touch with me, guys, is respond to me, DM me, email me back wherever you see this, or you can just book a call on my calendar. You go to meetenrique.com, you book a call on my calendar, and you can pick a time that's convenient from you, and we'll jump on a quick 15-minute call, and we'll chat. We'll dive in a little bit into your business. I'll understand what you're looking for, what your goals are, and we'll see, what makes sense for next steps. Hope you guys got some value out of this. Look forward to connecting with you. Thanks for supporting. We'll talk soon.